Hi everyone and welcome back to Level of Detail, brought to you by the Staffordshire University Games Institute. I'm your host, Jamie Alexander Nicholas, and I'm joined by the Moto esports champion, Jack, and F1 fanatic, my lovely colleague, Chris. Jack is one of our sports journalism students, and Chris is one of our developers who focus on car creation.
Yeah.
Today we're getting our virtual engines revving as we talk about some of our favourite racing games, and we all go head to head in a one-shot hot lap in our very own racing simulator. And don't forget, we always love hearing from you guys, so get involved and post in the comments. How's it going? I can see we've already got stuck in. Do you guys want to start the race?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready to lose.
So we are starting with a quick 1v1 in Moto GP 23. This is the game that you won the Moto GP esports world champion in, isn't it? Could you tell us a little bit about that as we go along?
Yeah, so the championship, it was first made in 2017. I qualified first time in 2018. Oh, I've gone down already, it's not going well.
Oh. Sorry, yes. I said you were the Moto GP esports world champion. Is that you playing there?
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, I first qualified in 2018, but I was too young. Then I eventually got onto the grid in This is not going well for me at all. I got on the grid in 2021. In 21 and 22, I had two sixth places on the, oh my lord, in the championship, and then this past season I managed to put it all together and finally take victory in the championship.
Yeah, what was it like competing in that Grand Championship in Barcelona?
It was fun. It's always fun to because obviously we do races at home and they're fun to do, but it's not the same as being immersive when you can meet all the gamers and the commentators and the people who put all the hard work behind the scenes, and just experiencing all the different culture in Barcelona. That's
amazing. You seem to have got those turns a bit down better. Are you catching up to my lovely colleague Chris? Chris, how are we doing?
Yeah, good. It's a bit weird. The steering wheel is not used. I'm used to driving on 4 wheels, not 2 wheels. So it's a little bit odd. But
well, coming up in the show, we have the results of our head-to-head, where we all did a lap of, where was it again?
Brands Hatch.
Brands Hatch.
Oh no!
In one of our custom Staffs Uni cars,
yes,
which we've designed, not specifically for this, made by the lovely Stu Butler. Hi, Stu. Bit more of a technical question while we're getting into this, and you two are actually a bit closer to each other. Why do you think racing games work well in esports tournaments?
I think because they can be relatively similar to real life, and also because you can actually, I think in MotoGP and in F1, they make it so all the cars are the same. So you can, obviously in F1 and MotoGP, you can have arguments that, oh, this person only wins because they've got the best bike, whereas in esports, because everybody's got the same bike and same performance, it's always down to the player, not the machine.
That doesn't look like track. It must be said.
I've decided to try and go through the modern pit lane.
Corner cutting.
Yeah, I got a bit over excited on the braking point then.
So speaking of compensating for things, Jack, you're a sports journalism student as well as an esports champion. As apparently a farmer as well, you're off-road again. Yeah. How do you balance this, and what are your plans after graduating?
Basically, I didn't have to balance it, luckily, because when I ended year 2, the season started basically, and then when I came back to start in September for level 3. Year three, sorry, not level 3. I didn't fully have to start properly working towards assessments and stuff until after Barcelona, which is in November, so it sort of worked out.
Very nice.
After uni, I still don't fully know what I'm going to do. Something hopefully in the racing world, whether that's videoing or social media or whatever, but hopefully this esports can be a fun thing for me. And hopefully it can be something to live off, because it's something I'm quite talented at and would be a nice way of living. Yeah. But I'd like to be in British Superbikes or World Superbikes or MotoGP in some form.
Amazing. So I'm going to bring it back to uni again, because I want to plug something cool that we have. We have some really cool kit here in the games development department. We have a motion sim. You got a chance to play around on that, didn't you? And give that a go. What was that like?
It was definitely different to anything I've driven before. especially when like you're sat on the grid and you go in and the car just goes backwards. Like, did not expect that to happen at all. And it was just, and going over the bumps at Brands Hatch, like just going on, playing on the games, you don't know they're there, and then you're going on the actual sim and you're just bouncing across the straight.
Yeah, you get a little bit of vibration in the controller, but it's a bit different to actually being thrown around in a chair.
So I hate to cut you off mid-race, but we are now going to switch over and take a quick look at some of our laps that we did. We had a little bit of a competition going.
We did.
None of us know which one of us came first. I've got a pretty hefty bet that Jack did.
Yeah.
So the real competition is, did I beat Chris or did Chris beat me? If one of us has beaten you, Jack, I'm going to take the trophy with me. If that's all right.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Are we
whoever
right
wins
to-
gets the trophy. I like that.
Let's take a quick look at my lap first, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh, there I am. Look at the confidence.
Concentration face. There you go. Seat throwing you backwards.
That was quite jarring. This is me figuring out how gear shifts work.
Yeah, you're in fourth gear already.
I am. Is that bad?
Yes.
I see. Yes.
I can tell you're driving like you would on the road, very low in revs, trying to feel like fuel economy, which is when racing you want to try and redline.
I care about the environment.
Yeah.
So
Even the virtual environment.
even the virtual one, yes.
Yeah. Oh, you've done Druid. You did that. Oh, you've done a bit of a moment. you've done the Druid hairpin, okay?
There we go. I think I got the racing line pretty all right on this corner as well. I was quite proud of myself. There we go.
Yeah, you're a bit tight, but you've made it round.
It's
Still within the lines.
Yeah.
That's the lovely custom Staffs car that we have. That was designed by our very own Stu Butler. Chris, you're one of our leads on hard surface modelling. Could you give a brief outline on how that works for games like this while we're watching my lap?
Yeah. A lot of back and forth often with car companies and manufacturers, especially on games like when we get onto F122, is all the companies, Ferrari, Red Bull, they're very particular about their cars looking correct. So it's a lot of back and forth. We, not too long ago, had our Fuse conference hosted by Rob Lambert here, and we had a load of different industry people in there. And one of them, I can't remember his name now off the top of my head, but he was a material artist at Frontier, who make the F1 manager games. And he sort of spoke about how some of the teams are sort of a little bit lenient with the colours and the liveries, like, yeah, that looks about right, that's fine, like, approve. And then other teams are like, no, that blue isn't quite right, try again, basically. And you'll find, like, a lot of car fans, like, they know their cars, they know what they should look like. So if it's not looking exactly like it does on the road, people are going to point you out on it. So it's sort of, it's a discipline where you've got to have a really, really strong eye for detail to make sure you're getting all the correct shapes and the correct sizes of everything as well.
So, as you're very well versed in cars, how do you think I'm doing so far? How do you think my lap went?
Didn't look too bad. I mean, you didn't spin out or anything.
I didn't know. I've never done that. And
Totally
not
didn't happen
in my
practice.
lap
The
at all.
practice was terrible.
No, so it looked okay.
Yeah, it looked nice and
overall.
calm, smooth.
Nice and calm, nice and smooth. I'm a very calm. I was a very calm person, not that second one. Moving on, what we're going to do, I think we're going to go to Chris's lap next, because I'm really intrigued to see how this. No offence, but we've got to go an ongoing rivalry, so I really kind of want to see
nervous.
how you've done.
I'm so nervous.
Oh, there he is. We both wore the same jackets for the sim as we did for the show.
I wanted to be on theme.
Yeah. There we go.
Hopefully, I wasn't in fourth at this point.
You're using all of that corner.
Yeah, you're in third, so
There we go. Doing better than Jamie already.
Yeah.
It's one gear change. One gear change.
Hey, it can be all the difference.
Looks like it's going rather well.
Yeah.
Ooh, a little bit deep.
You like the outside of your corners, don't you? Have you heard of racing lines?
And
Oh, he hit the curb and he's gone.
Chris, what happened here?
yeah.
Oh.
Any chance for a restart?
No.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't given a chance for a restart. Not mad about that at all,
You
I promise.
recovered it well, you're still going. There we go, round that corner rather nicely. Oh, bit of a wiggle there.
Putting all the power down, seeing the Janetta.
There we go.
One thing I can tell you, definitely like moving faster, but that mistake might have definitely cost you the chance at.
I'm hoping that I really made up for it everywhere else.
You're probably about 2 seconds in front before that mistake happened, and you're weaving a bit down the.
A little bit of a wiggle on the steering there.
The steering was a bit strange, but it was within a straight line.
It's with the seat. The
Yeah,
seat's
the seat was
moving me.
moving, and you naturally move with the trying to counteract it. It was really
I've
fun.
never been in a car with you. Is it like this?
No, I'm sensible on the roads.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, coming up on the home stretch now, I think. This corner caught me out a little bit.
Yeah, Westfield's a very difficult corner to get right.
A little slow maybe, but not too bad. Controlled, I think.
Yeah.
As our racing expert, Jack, out of the two of us, who are you thinking
Who are you
might
putting
have
your
a
money
better
on?
chance?
Oh, to be honest, I feel like it could be. I think both because you've both. There's definitely like a different level of speeds, but due to the crash, it could be
Yeah.
either one of you. It's
I
good. I wouldn't be surprised if it's less than a second between you two, honestly.
I know that one spin out and then I went a bit deep there.
You definitely gone fast. If there wasn't that spin, you would have gone fast. You did make a mistake at Sheen curve. So.
And there it is. That's the final straight
yeah.
for Chris's lap.
Yeah.
After I finished it, I walked out of the
Hugging me
simulator
inside.
and I was like, please tell me Jamie spun out. Please tell me Jamie spun out.
I played a cruel trick on you when I left that simulator room because I asked our support staff who were in the room with you to just look very disappointed when you walked in. I made sure to walk out looking very forlorn. Apparently I didn't need to. How are you feeling watching that lap back?
Nervous, because I do think I was quicker otherwise. So
You thinking that one little mistake may have cost you?
It may well have. It's been eating me up all night. I couldn't sleep very well. It was just replaying in my head.
Right, well, to put us both at ease, we're now going to watch Jack's lap.
Yeah. We're going to watch
We'll
Jack
get that up
go
on the screen.
much faster than both of us.
One problem I had is I didn't really adjust the seat, so my legs were I couldn't fully grip. I wanted to use both feet for the pedals, but because of my the way I positioned my feet,
was a bit close.
you'll notice into the second corner I made quite a big mistake because I couldn't find the brake pedal.
So your knees up by your
skimming
chest
the
a little
outside.
bit.
I want to point out that so far I am the only driver to remain on the track.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh! I'm feeling more confident now. It's got to be said.
Even the world champion isn't perfect.
Well, he's used to 2 wheels, not 4.
Yeah.
Well, there is that. And a controller rather than
Yeah.
an emotion simulator.
It was a very strange feeling on that motion sim. Have either of you used any of this
No.
kind of thing
No.
before?
I have
Well-
a bike simulator, but not car.
I've got the pedals, steering wheel and pedals, but I mean that doesn't move me around in my chair, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
I mean, coming after this, we do have a little segment where we'll be playing F122. And I know that a lot of the F1 drivers use these kind of racing sims.
Yes.
I know that Lando Norris has one of these racing sims that was estimated somewhere in the range of the 30k price range.
Hey, when you're earning his kind of money.
When you're earning his kind of money, but there's sort of less pricey rigs, like sort of 6 or 7k. I realise I've said less pricey,
Yeah,
and the word
yeah.
6 or 7k, which you can buy an actual car for.
Yeah.
But do you think that kind of hardware is going to become even more and more advanced as
Yeah, definitely.
it gets taken up by the industry it's based on?
Yeah, I would have thought so. I mean, obviously, like you've got the actual F1 simulators, they use to practice the cars, but I mean, those things are probably hundreds of thousands, if not millions, those kind of simulators. But as for like home ones, I mean, as with everything, technology improves.
How
God,
are
I'm so nervous.
How are you feeling after your lap?
Very confident.
Yeah.
Yes, very confident.
Yes.
Okay.
I've no doubt in my mind I've won.
Okay.
I also have no doubt in my
Okay.
mind that you've won.
I'm still leaving it up to chance. So I've got the results here. Lovely silver envelope. It's very fancy. So I know that my result is at the top.
At the top.
I'm going to read it out. I'm going to read it very dramatically, very slowly, and
I'm nervous for this.
oh, here we go. Here we go. It's a good font. So my time on the track was 2 minutes, 19 seconds, 360. So that's 2 minutes, 19 seconds, 360. Coming up after that, we have Chris's score. You ready? How do you think you did? Better or worse than 220?
I think it was, I want to say it was better than 220.
Better than 220?
I want to say it's like somewhere like 210 to 215.
210 to 215. It's 2. Next number is a 1. Number after that is a 2. Yes! So you beat me by 5 seconds. There
Even
we
with
go.
the spin out.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that minute loss. I'm okay with that. Here's the moment of truth, though.
is it a 1? That's what I want to know.
So Jack, first number is a 1. You got round that track in 1 minute 50 seconds, which is a good 20 seconds better than both myself or Chris. Which I'm upset. I'm a little upset.
I mean, there's a reason that he's got that trophy. Not us.
So, with that absolute bombshell, we're going to move on to our next segment where we play F122. So here we are in F122. This is probably some of the best looking racing we've seen on console. Once we've reached peak realism, where do you think we'll go from there? That's a fun
my
question.
God, big.
I've got haptic feedback.
How are we doing? Oh, it's
Not great.
Lewis Hamilton.
Why?
Oh,
I've lost
There
my
we
front
go.
leg.
I've gone.
Okay.
This is not going well.
So this game is very much a
Let's try that one more time.
simulator in some way, shape or form.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a bit difficult, wasn't it, lads?
Yeah,
Yes.
that
Yeah?
didn't go too well. Let's
Do you
try
think
that again.
if we give it another go now that you know what you're up against? Oh,
And go.
there we go. It's interesting because we've got all this stuff on the screen, like we've got the rain and we can see that the track's wet. You do obviously a lot of esports, and these are the kind of things that you would face in real life if you were driving these cars. Have either of you driven anything like a race car, race bike, anything like that?
I've probably the closest to that. I've driven a Nissan GTR and a Lamborghini Gallardo. So both. Oh God.
Oh, the really.
Powerful
I've
car.
been
Do you
hit by
think
a
that
gel.
experience is helping you?
Not the.
Oh! We're also
Ran
seeing is
head on.
Did
What
you
are the chances
both
of that?
crash into each other?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Joe took me out, and then I had nowhere to go.
Okay, let's go back to the settings menu and make that a little easier. As much as I enjoy watching you two smash each other up, let's give that a go where you've actually got a chance. But I think this
Yes.
goes to show just how hard this kind of sport is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because that's when, like, these games, like, say, where we go from here, it's kind of the whole point of, like, F1 and, you know, FIFA, games like that. It's so the fans can experience what they watch every weekend.
Yeah.
So it's trying to give them as realistic experience as they can get, with obviously having to be an actual racing driver.
Right, so we're going to set this up again, and
Can-
we're going to see
You can
if
change
we
the
can
weather.
set it. Yeah, let's make it
yes.
dry. Let's make it nice and dry in
We've got the
Barcelona.
Clear, dry. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think that will save you? Do you think that's what you
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah?
We'll just go from there
Yeah.
then.
need? Yeah?
Just I need to just check this because this really. This time.
Messed you up is the term
Yeah,
we'll
yes.
use in the edit.
Yeah, messed me up.
So we were talking before the show started about this kind of thing as well, because there's a lot that goes into how you experience sort of esports and esports play. You have a lot of preferences when it comes to how your controller works. Could you, while we're driving around, could you give us a little bit of a talk through about that?
Yeah. So, well, I don't use a PS5 controller. I use an Xbox Series X controller. I just stick to one controller. I don't change it. And you've got to just stick with something you're comfortable with.
That's what's familiar. So, as we're coming near to the end of the episode, what I'm going to say is you two are going to go head to head in this race. I want to see who goes. I'll give you the first lap. Whichever one of you crosses that finish line first.
Okay.
See if we can actually cross the finish line.
There we go. There's a corner
That
coming
was
up.
close.
I want to point that out. There we go. We're going a bit better. It's a bit more, you know,
Wide.
you're a bit more on the track this time. Not fully on the track, I will say, but oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I've just been spun out.
Well, have I been reset?
I think F1 would be a bit more entertaining if it was like this.
Yeah, it would.
I think the cars need to be a little bit less fragile so that you can survive a little knock without having to retire. Although somebody's hitting the back of my tyres.
oh, something fell off then. It is amazing how fast these cars go, because we were just driving around in a, what car was it we were in?
Ginetta Junior, I think
A
it was.
Ginetta Junior. And that was going, well, especially when I was driving it, it was going considerably slower than these cars are going.
Yeah, it's something that I think they've always said with F1 cars. It's not necessarily how fast they go on the straight, but it's how fast they go around corners and the amount of downforce that they sort of produce.
Oh, I've gone.
That sort of stuff as well that, like, you know, they're trying to replicate in like all the games and even the simulators that the teams run, you know, trying to give that kind of realistic approach.
Do you think video games make better drivers, better racing drivers?
Well, that has happened, isn't it? The new Gran Turismo film was gone from esports to to real life.
There is the Fabrizio Donoso as well as an F2 driver who started in esports, and I'm having an absolute fun time here down in donuts.
A little bit different than your motorbikes.
Yeah, I just haven't got quite. Oh my dear.
Now, one of you has who's on the top of the screen. So Chris.
Yeah.
In a wild twist of fate, we have
some
Chris
donuts.
was beaten
I'll
the
want
Moto GP esports champion
my time's
2023.
Yeah.
So
Just
Chris will be
celebrate with
taking the watch and the hat and the
Yeah.
trophy after the episode.
Yeah. Oh dear.
There we go. Crashed out.
Go. Looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
With
A lot of
that
chaos.
said, I think we are going to wrap up today's episode here on a lovely crash.
Yeah.
We hope you've enjoyed this adrenaline-fueled episode. Thank you to our fantastic guests, Jack and Chris. If you have a view on what we should be playing, please let us know in the comments. And if you want to see more from Level of Detail, there's a bunch of episodes on our YouTube channel. So go back and check them out. Otherwise, goodbye for now.